Disney crushed the box office in 2018, but are they going to have the same legs in 2019? I'm here to talk about 5 box office predictions for 2019. Welcome to Richco Reviews. My name is Josiah Richco, and on this channel I talk all about movies. Today I'm talking about box office predictions for 2019. So we all know that Disney's going to probably crush the box office with Avengers 4, Star Wars Episode 9, Frozen, and a couple other movies, just to name a few. But I'll get to that in a little bit. But the first thing I want to talk about are a couple other lesser known records that I think could be broken. First off is Hobbs and Shaw. So Hobbs and Shaw is the Fast and Furious spin-off movie with Jason Statham and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And I can see this movie doing really well. Actually, I see it being the highest grossing spin-off movie of all time. Now, spin-off movie, to give you some comparison, right now the highest grossing spin-off movie worldwide is Minions. I know, it's kind of crazy. And then they have $1.1 billion at the box office from Universal. And the second highest grossing is Star Wars Rogue One from Disney. I think Hobbs and Shaw, also a Universal film, has a potential of beating Minions and grossing $1.1 billion at the box office. The Fast and Furious movies have crushed it, making up to $1.5 billion with Fast and Furious 7, and I think Hobbs and Shaw has the potential to do just as well. Next up on the list, I have It. So It did really well at the box office last year as a horror movie that was rated R. It broke a lot of expectations with how well the box office was going to do, making around $700 million. And I actually think It too has the capability of beating that first movie because of the story that's yet to be told with the clown coming back. So I actually think It too will become the highest grossing horror movie of all time. That movie comes out later this year, and I'm excited to see where it takes us. Now we're into the Disney flicks. So Avengers Infinity War comes out in April of 2019, and I think this movie is going to wreck everybody. And Disney actually moved the release date up from May a couple weeks, just like they did it with Infinity War. And I think that's good actually for the other studios, because other movies that are around that are just going to get pummeled by Iron Man and Captain America and all the Avengers that are left over from the remnants of Infinity War. So I think in Avengers Endgame, which is the official title, is actually going to become the second highest grossing movie of all time. Now that's a major feat. This is going to beat The Force Awakens. It's going to beat Avengers Infinity War, and I think it's actually going to beat the Titanic, which right now is the second highest grossing movie of all time. It's not going to be able to beat Avatar, which is around like $3 billion, which I don't know if any movie can ever beat that. But Endgame, I believe, is going to make around $2.2 billion. And actually, I think it's also going to have the highest opening weekend of all time. It's going to beat Infinity War, which made around $257 opening weekend. And I think Endgame is going to make $265 million opening weekend. The reason I think this is because everybody's so excited for the end of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as we know it. What's happening with the next movie? There's such a cliffhanger where everybody wants to know what happened. And there are some people that didn't see the movie in theaters, but really need to go out and see this movie in 2019, and I think they will. Continuing along with the Disney movies is Star Wars Episode 9. So this is the last movie in the episodic film franchise that Star Wars has out right now. We'll see if they continue on with Episode 10, but right now there's absolutely nothing announced. Just a couple spin-off movies that are untitled, but I think that's way down the road. But Episode 9 right now, look, there was some controversy with The Last Jedi, and that's completely understandable. I get that. But I believe that Episode 9, people want to see the end of these characters, Rey and Kylo Ren, what happens with them, and where's the universe going to take us. I think it's also going to be a nice send-off for Carrie Fisher, which she's set to appear in Episode 9. So I actually think, getting to my prediction, I believe Star Wars Episode 9 will not beat The Force Awakens, but it will beat The Last Jedi. It's going to make $1.6 billion at the box office, which is pretty phenomenal. It's not able to have the success as The Force Awakens because the hype isn't there, but I think it's still going to do very well. And my final prediction for the box office of 2019 is that Disney will have 5. That's half of the top 10 highest grossing movies of the year. So on Disney's slate, you have Avengers Endgame. You also have Star Wars Episode 9. There's Frozen 2, The Lion King, and Toy Story 4. All those movies, I believe, are actually going to make over $1 billion. And I think there are actually going to be 5, 6, maybe even 7 movies, up to 7 movies that break $1 billion at the box office between Hobbs and Shaw and Jumanji 2, also not Disney movies. But all these movies are going to set a pretty phenomenal box office in 2019. So this upcoming year is going to be huge for movies. There's so many fun and exciting movies that to be happy about. I mean, I'm pumped for the year. I think it's going to be one of the best years in entertainment of all time. I know that's a big statement to say, but I think it's going to become true. We'll see in December of 2019 if any of my predictions came true, and I'm just excited to be along for the ride. Thanks for watching this video, and if you're interested in any extra box office predictions or movie reviews or just anything in the world of movies, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to this channel because I have a lot of fun and helpful tips to help you understand the world of movies. And I appreciate you watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video.